Welcome to Class Project 2. The name of the class project is How to Use Enhanced Morph. The name of the project is How to Add or Make Dynamic Push Slide Transition. I have applied in a description and also an outcome. So let's move on them step by step. In our description, we can see a transition in PowerPoint refers to the visual effect that occurs when you move from one slide to the next during a presentation. Transitions control how slides appear and disappear. Adding a dynamic element to the presentation, PowerPoint offers a wide variety of transitions, ranging from subtle fades and wipes to more dynamic effects like zoom, flips, or even morphs. So let's move on to our steps before getting into our outcome. Open PowerPoint. Create a new slide and add in your objects. Merge the elements and format it into Union and apply a photo from the resource folder or your own images. Duplicate the slide and customize it according to your desire. Check the presentation in presentation mode and then upload it onto our project panel if you check it out that it is working properly. The outcome of this is transitions in PowerPoint are a powerful tool that, when used thoughtfully, can significantly enhance the delivery, clarity, and visual appeal of your presentation. So let's move on with our step 1 and open up Microsoft PowerPoint. From my screen, you can see that I have opened up Microsoft PowerPoint. Now, the first thing what I have to do is I'm going to remove everything from here. And then I'm going to add the slide, which is blank. Now, the next thing what I have to do is I'm going to apply my elements. So I'm going to go off to Insert, go off to Shapes, and here, what I'm going to work with is going to be triangles. So I'm going to create a couple of these triangles, and I'm going to make a copy. So I'm going to hold on to Alt to create more. You can also hold on to Control to check it out if it is working properly. So we have 3 of these. I'm going to select on all of these. I'm going to keep them over here, reduce the size just a bit. I'm going to keep them like this. Perfect shapes and sizes. Now I'm going to select all of them and I'm going to make a duplicate. I'm going to rotate it just like this. There we go. Make sure this is perfect and straight up. And then I'm going to do is going to be taking all of these over here. If it is not aligned perfectly, what we can do is I'm going to take out each and every one of them and then I'm going to customize it. So I'm going to take this over here. What I can also do is instead of having this like them, I can also rotate it all the way at the bottom so that it meets up the same ends. And then I can try it, check it out on my own if it is working properly or if it is perfectly aligned. If it is, I'm going to copy this another time and I'm going to keep this over here. And what I'm going to do is going to be pressing on Control D. I'm going to rotate it up like this. I'm going to have it over here. Control D. I'm going to have this over here. Control D. Rotate it all the way down. And I'm going to make another one of this over here. So there we go. We have all of these elements. And I'm going to select all of them. And then the next thing what I'm going to do with these are going to be turning them into union. But first off, what I want to do is I'm going to select all of these elements again at the bottom, which we see over here. And I'm going to take them over a bit to the left side. Perfect. Select all of these. And what I'm going to do is going to be going off to shape format. We have merge shapes and we're going to turn them into union. So all of them has turned into one. Now right click over here, go off to Format Shape, and click on Fill. Here, I want to change it with the photo. So I'm going to click on Pictures, click on Insert, and then I'm going to use a file. So I'm going to go off from File. I'm going to go off to Download where I have my files. But obviously, you will find all of these into my resource folder, so you'll be able to use them. So I'm going to take this photo. There we go. This is how it should look like. And I'll also be able to rotate it to turn them into, let's say, a perfect orientation. I can also use different files or different photos. Maybe I want to use this. There we go. This is how it should look like. Now, the next thing, what I want to do is I'm going to make a duplicate of this slide. Now, when I'm on this next slide, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. I'm going to press on Ctrl-Z to undo the process. Hold on to Shift. Take this at the top and then leave it at a certain point. Now, what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to create a couple of these same shapes. Click on Shape, Triangle, and I'm going to make a shape according to this size. If it is too big, I'm going to reduce it just a bit. Check it out if it is working properly. And if you have it, there we go, we are good to go. I'm going to make something like this, just opposite. And have this over here, Control D, another one over here, Control D, another one over here. And what I'm going to do over here is that I'm going to remove this, delete, Control Z, do the process, and I'm going to make a couple of these short shapes. Hold on to Shift so that it is still a perfect shape. And I'm going to rotate it just a bit like this. I'm going to have it over here, Control D, have another one over here, Control D, have another one over here, and you can fill up the pages if you want to. So there we go, we have these over here. And I'm going to select all of these elements which I have applied next. And I'm going to go off to my shape format, shape fill to be white, and the shape outline which I want is going to be, let's say, black. So this is how it will look like. I'm going to select on this, and I'm also going to turn this one, shape format, shape fill to be white, shape outline to be black. So here I'm going to shape format it to be white. Another thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select on this over here, format the background. And on the background, I want a bit of gradient fill. So I'm going to turn them into a bit of this bluish type of color. Another thing that I want to do is I want to rotate it a bit. Instead of linear, I'm going to put in, let's say, rectangular or maybe radial. So I'll be able to fix out the positions. There we go. This is how it should look like. There we go. We are good to go. So as we have this over here, what I want to do is I want to apply the same thing over on this page. Another thing that I want to do over here is I can also turn these elements outline into white. So I'm going to select all of these over here, which we have. And then I'm going to go off to my shape format. I'm going to turn them into white. Select this, shape outline into white. Okay, this is how it should look like. Now, what I'm going to do over here is that I'm going to take this specific gradient, or maybe I'm going to keep this however it is. Right click, I'm going to go off the solid fill, gradient fill. This is how it should look like. And go off over here, gradient fill. This will also have the same effect. So what I'm going to do is go off to transition, apply morph. And I'm also going to go off over here into this next one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to apply wipe, or if you find push, that is also perfect. So if you don't have push, you can also apply a bit of pan. Instead of pan, you can also put in different ones. Let's say I'm going to go off on these other options and I can put in push. Instead of this push over here, I'm going to put it from top. So there we go. We have this from top. And we can also apply a bit of morph if we want to. This is how it will look like. Okay, so after you are done with this, what you can apply is with whatever you feel comfortable with. But one thing you want to do over here is you can apply also none. If you check on preview, this is how it will look like. Okay, so we are good to go on this part. Now, what I want to do on this part, or this one over here, is I'm going to customizing my text. So here I'm going to apply a bit of text. This is an addition. So you can apply, maybe I'm going to go off the insert, go off the word arts. Here I'm going to put in my text, or maybe this one. There we go. You can put in your text over here. And you can also apply a bit of morph. Let's say I'm going to go off the transition, apply morph. And I'm going to take this, Control C. I'm going to apply it over here. So if I apply a bit of morph over here on this one, it will also appear up just the way I want it to be. So now if I go off the presentation mode, and if I go off to the next page, this is how it will look like. Okay, so there you go. This is how you'll be able to create these type of animations. And this is also kind of very professional in certain times. And the more time you spend on it, you'll be able to make it a lot better. So hope you understood about everything in this class project. So practice it on your own. And after you're done, just take a screenshot or take a video, screen recording, or you can also take up the file and upload it onto our project panel so that we can check how you are progressing with work. So thank you for watching these videos up till the very end and hope you understood about everything. If you still have any confusion or any question, feel free to ask me anytime. I'm always there to help you out. So without any further ado, let's move on to our next course and hope to see you guys there.